here we are coming back in on the water, just descending through 85 miles an hour as we're getting closer and closer. And we're going to be slowing down. This thing touches down on the water at about 70 knots. It's quite a bit faster touchdown speed than I ever expected out of a biplane. But 70 knots is where the hull is the happiest. There you go, Bruce, we're on the water.
Right on. We're flying in a 1939 Grumman Duck. And what's truly amazing about this duck, it was at Pearl Harbor when the Japanese attacked.
This particular airplane is so special that anytime I fly it, I put somebody in the back seat. We don't ever waste that seat, and I never take a person twice. It's so rare, every time we fly it, we put somebody new in the back seat.
Pilot Kelly Mahon is the lucky duck who gets to fly the duck.
So how close was this to the bombing of Pearl Harbor? It was right there, right?
It was right there. This airplane was operating in the harbor and was taxiing up the ramp there at the Ford Island. So it was right in the middle of it.
So what was this plane used for in Pearl Harbor?
Well, it was a search and rescue aircraft. So it could land on the water and the rear seat passenger could crawl down into the bottom of the hull where he could pull people in from the water.
This duck's home is at the Mid-America Flight Museum in Texas, a long way from Pearl Harbor and the start of World War II, and way before Kelly's time.
When was the moment you knew you wanted to be a pilot, Kelly?
I never had a choice about being a pilot. My family lived on a grass strip, and both my mom and dad were pilots. And so when I soloed, I happened to be 13 years old. I have been very fortunate to have a lot of seaplane time with a lot of different airplanes, and it never gets old. Landing on the water is truly special. We can turn with the ailerons, and we can put the float in the water as we turn.
Oh, yeah.
And that actually helps us turn a little bit tighter. We consider the Grumman Duck to be the queen of the fleet. We don't fly it that often, but it's the nicest restoration we own, the most authentic, and then the history that it has is untouched by any other airplane that we have. And so we treat it very specially. And Mount Pleasant traffic, Grumman 850 is left downwind, number 217 Mount Pleasant.
But the big concern after we get the gear down is just traffic. The airplane is really blind, and once I'm on the ground, I cannot see anything in front of me. So here we are on base, and we're behind an airplane landing. So I'm giving him plenty of room, and I'm gonna make sure that he's either off the runway or taken off before we turn in there on final. I don't guarantee a nice landing. We're gonna get it over the runway, and we're gonna do our very best, but we don't get to see much, and we might end up accepting some help from that aircraft carrier gear and just let it find the runway just on its own. And right here, the whole runway disappears. And now it's starting to come back into view on the sides. Ease the power back. Now just make sure the nose is above the horizon, and we're gonna let that gear help us just a little bit. Got a little crosswind. There we go. Oh, we'll take that one.
You greased that one.
I'll take it.
So I get a call from HBO one day, and they asked me, can you land the helicopter in center field during a game between the White Sox and the Dodgers? Oh, and drop off comedian Will Ferrell so he can play in the game. And I said, yes, but not before getting Will to sing a little helicopter karaoke with me. When was the last time you got the opportunity to sing it in a helicopter?
I don't think I ever have. Yeah.
First time for everything?
First time.
All right.
Yeah.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. So it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Good
Nice.
Job. Good job.
That was definitely a first.